Okay, thank you. So now that we know the whole truth, I feel like a lot of people owe Ari an apology. Some of y'all was up here saying, oh, she's not a real friend. She backed down on her word. She didn't give Tuson the $20,000 that she promised him.
Imagine this. The person you trusted most, the one who's been there through thick and thin, suddenly becomes your biggest enemy. You thought they had your back, but now they're accusing you of lies, betrayal, and even spitting. Yes, spitting. This isn't just your average friendship drama. It's Ari Fletcher and Tucson's feud, and it's got everyone talking. From shocking receipts to jaw-dropping interviews, this story will have you questioning everything you know about loyalty. Stay tuned because this tea is piping hot, and trust me, it's about to spill all over. Ari Fletcher and Tuson were the internet's favorite duo. Their friendship seemed solid, unbreakable even, as they shared laughs, business ventures, and what seemed like a deep bond. But as we've learned, not everything is as perfect as it seems on social media. It all started with a birthday gift, or at least what Tuson thought was a gift. Back in July, Ari surprised Tuson with a $20,000 check during a public celebration. The gesture seemed generous and heartfelt, but according to Tuson, it was nothing more than a performance for clout. The check, which was supposed to help him buy a car, allegedly never made it into his hands. He claimed it was all for show, a way for Ari to look good in front of cameras while leaving him empty-handed behind the scenes. Tuson didn't stop there. He accused Ari of never paying him for his work on their cooking show.
I love my friend. My friend loves me. Check it out. My friend check it out to find out it's all up. Okay, cool. Was told afterwards. Oh.
And claimed he had to resort to starting a GoFundMe just to get by. For Tuson, this wasn't just about money, it was about respect. And when he didn't get the answers he wanted privately, he took the drama public. That's when things really started to heat up. Ari, on the other hand, had her own version of events. She said she did send the money, directly to the dealership, mind you, and accused Tuson of trying to scam her.
You said, oh, so she gave the money. If you just listen to how the storyline and then you listen to what they say now, it's like I sent the money to the car people. First of all, you could tell.
But the question remained, who was telling the truth? The internet was divided, and fans on both sides were gearing up for a battle. Let's dive into what Tuson said, because, y'all, this man came prepared with receipts, or so he claimed. Tuson alleged that Ari had been gaslighting him from the start, promising money and opportunities, but never delivering. He painted a picture of a friend who used him for content, fame, and clout, while giving him crumbs in return. One of his most explosive claims was about the $20,000 check. Tuson said the entire thing was a setup. He revealed that after the cameras stopped rolling, he never saw the money again. In his words, Ari gave him a piece of paper, not actual cash.
Documents or something like that. They said the money was sent in, like you guys received the money and then, so I'm trying to see where the money is.
And left him scrambling to figure out how to buy the car she had gifted him. The humiliation didn't end there. Tuson claimed Ari ghosted him when he tried to follow up about the money. But it wasn't just about the car. Tuson also alleged that Ari hadn't paid him a dime for his contributions to her cooking show. According to him, he spent countless hours helping her build content, only to be left out in the cold when it came to compensation. Feeling betrayed, Tuson decided enough was enough. He took to social media to air his grievances, hoping to expose Ari for what he believed was her shady behavior. As Tuson's claims gained traction, fans began to question Ari's intentions. Was she really the generous friend she portrayed herself to be, or was Tuson telling the truth about her manipulative ways? The drama was far from over, and the next bombshell would leave everyone speechless. If you thought Ari Fletcher was going to stay silent, think again. She's not one to back down, and when Tuson started airing her out on social media, she came ready to fight. Ari didn't just defend herself. She flipped the narrative entirely. In a fiery Twitter thread, Ari accused Tuson of trying to scam her. She claimed he attempted to commit fraud by manipulating the car dealership, which nearly caused her to lose $20,000. And if that wasn't enough, she posted a recorded phone call where Tuson's tone was noticeably different from the bold persona he had on social media. In the call, Ari confronted Tuson about his alleged lies, leaving him stammering and defensive. But Ari didn't stop there. She went on to call Tuson an opportunist who was using their friendship for personal gain. According to her, Tuson was jealous of her success and wanted to ride her coattails. She made it clear that she didn't regret cutting ties with him.
A big down payment on a car for him? Talking about I owe him. You crazy as hell. I can't believe that play like that. I ain't never owe nobody shit in my motherfucking life. The only motherfucker I owe is the IRS.
and even hinted that she had more dirt on him if he dared to push her further. This clapback didn't just shut down some of Tucson's supporters, it also reignited the debate online. Some fans praised Ari for standing up for herself, while others criticized her for airing out private matters in such a public way. The tension was rising, but no one could have predicted what came next. And then it happened, the moment that took this drama from messy to downright explosive. During an episode of BET's Impact ATL, footage of Ari and Tucson's argument was aired, and y'all, it was intense. In the middle of their shouting match, Ari did something that shocked everyone. She spit on him. Yes, you heard that right. Ari Fletcher, in a fit of rage, spit on Tucson. The footage showed the two of them going back and forth, with Tucson throwing insults and Ari firing them right back. But when things escalated, Ari decided to take it to another level. In a later interview, Ari addressed the incident and made it crystal clear that she had no regrets. "If I had to do it again, I would," she said unapologetically. According to her, Tucson's disrespect left her no choice, and she wasn't about to let him get away with playing games. Naturally, this revelation sent the internet into a frenzy. Some fans defended Ari, saying she was justified given the circumstances, while others argued that spitting on someone is never acceptable, no matter what. The divide was clear, and both sides were digging their heels in. Tucson wasn't about to let Ari have the last word. In his own interview, he doubled down on his claims, saying Ari never had any intention of giving him the $20,000. He also denied her accusations of fraud and insisted that she was twisting the story to protect her image. But it didn't stop there. Tucson also addressed the allegations Ari made about his substance use, calling them outright lies. He said Ari was trying to paint him as a villain to justify her actions, but he wasn't having it. "I don't regret bringing this to social media," Tucson said. "She left me no choice." This back and forth between the two only added fuel to the fire. Fans were left wondering who to believe, as both sides presented their versions of the story with seemingly no middle ground. As the drama continued to unfold, one thing became clear: Ari and Tucson's friendship was over for good. In her final statement on the matter, Ari said there was no chance of reconciliation. "I wouldn't even go to his funeral," she said coldly, leaving no room for doubt about her feelings. Tucson, meanwhile, hinted that he felt used and betrayed.
And shit, they gonna keep asking.
With who? With Tucson?
Tucson.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't go to his funeral. Absolutely not. No. Once you go, it's like the internet. You play that game with somebody. You don't play them games with me. Like your friend.
Saying Ari's fame had changed her. The fallout wasn't just personal, it was public and messy, with both sides losing and gaining supporters along the way. But beyond the drama, there was a lesson to be learned. Mixing friendships with business and money can be a recipe for disaster. Ari and Tucson's fallout is a cautionary tale for anyone who thinks loyalty will always win out when finances are involved. As the dust began to settle, or so we thought, the internet wasn't ready to let this feud go. Fans, influencers, and even casual viewers had a lot to say about the Ari and Tucson debacle. And let me tell you, the opinions were as divided as they come. On one side, you had Team Ari, defending her decision to cut ties with Tucson and claiming she was simply standing up for herself. On the other, you had Team Tucson, calling Ari out for her explosive behavior and accusing her of being manipulative from the start. One major point of contention was Ari's decision to spit on Tucson. Many viewers felt that no matter the circumstances, spitting was a step too far. "It's the ultimate sign of disrespect," one commenter wrote. "There's no justification for that, especially between friends." Others, however, argued that Tucson's alleged actions.
I said, "Hey, I love my friend. My friend loves me. Check they back. My friend check they back to find out it's all a stunt." Okay, cool. Was told afterwards, "Oh."
Scamming and public humiliation pushed Ari to her breaking point. "If someone tried to take $20,000 from me, I'd lose my cool too," a fan fired back. But the debate didn't stop there. The issue of the $20,000 gift became a hot topic as well. Some felt Ari should have handed over the money directly instead of sending it to the dealership. "If you're going to give someone money as a gift, just give it to them. Don't micromanage how they use it," one user pointed out. Others countered that Ari had every right to protect herself, especially if she suspected foul play. "She gave the money to the dealership to avoid getting scammed. That's smart, not shady," another said. The back and forth grew even messier when clips from their BET interviews resurfaced on social media. Ari's cold dismissal of Tuson, especially her comment about not attending his funeral, was seen by some as heartless, while others applauded her for drawing a clear boundary. As for Tuson, his denials of fraud and his claims of being gaslit by Ari gained him a wave of sympathy, with fans calling him a victim of a toxic friendship. And let's not forget the memes. Oh, the memes. Social media turned this drama into an all-out circus with jokes, edits, and even fake reenactments of their arguments going viral. It was clear that this story had gone beyond just Ari and Tuson. It had become a cultural moment, a prime example of how friendships can implode when money and ego are involved. Beyond the drama, beyond the spitting, the accusations, and the internet frenzy, there's a much bigger lesson lurking in this mess. Ari and Tuson's fallout isn't just about two friends who couldn't see eye to eye. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of mixing friendship with business, money, and public perception. Let's be real. When money enters the equation, even the strongest friendships can falter. Ari may have had good intentions when she offered to help Tuson with the $20,000, but the way it played out, through public gestures and unclear terms, turned a generous act into the foundation of their fallout. And Tuson, whether he was a victim or not, didn't help matters by taking their private issues to social media, where the court of public opinion took over. Another layer to this story is the role of power dynamics. Ari, as the more prominent figure, held a certain level of influence over Tuson, whether intentional or not. Tuson's accusations that Ari used their friendship for her own gain speak to a deeper insecurity, one that many friendships face when one person seems to be thriving more than the other. The jealousy, the resentment, the feeling of being overshadowed, it's a recipe for disaster, and it played out in real time for millions to see. But perhaps the most important takeaway is about boundaries. Ari's decision to cut Tuson off entirely, even going so far as to say she wouldn't attend his funeral, shows just how far things can spiral when respect is lost. Whether or not you agree with her actions, it's clear that Ari felt she needed to protect herself, even if it meant burning bridges completely. On the flip side, Tuson's decision to expose their issues online highlights the risks of airing dirty laundry publicly. Once the internet gets involved, there's no going back. At the end of the day, Ari and Tuson's story is a reminder that friendships require trust, respect, and clear communication to survive. When those things break down, especially in the high-stakes world of fame and money, the fallout can be catastrophic and very, very public. So, whose side are you on? Was Ari justified in cutting Tuson off, or did she take things too far? And was Tuson right to call her out publicly, or did he cross the line? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because this drama is far from over, and I know y'all have a lot to say.